keeps turning off. I wonder if I didn't delete all the previous videos or something. Oh well. Okay, so now I'm going to switch over to tower. Pro Tower, Sky 738 Juliet Delta is holding short runway 13.
738 Juliet Delta, Pro Tower, hold short runway 13, waiting off our release.
Holding short runway 138 Juliet Delta. What does that mean, waiting for release?
Remember how I was talking about he's sequencing you?
Uh-huh.
We have spacing between aircraft, and he's calling center and say, hey, I got one coming to you. Or he's, you know...
oh, I got my... Okay. All of a sudden I thought I didn't get my... Okay, so he's calling center to make sure that he releases us at a certain time.
Yeah, that he's able to sequence us in.
Hey, Juliet Delta, runway 13, clear for takeoff.
Runway 13, clear for takeoff. Hey, Juliet Delta.
Okay. I heard you.
Okay, gauges are in the green. Airspeed is alive.
Actually getting close to 2,500 RPM, which is awesome. Springs off the runway.
Yeah, definitely climbs better. Alright, I'll put my goggles on. You have flight controls.
I have the aircraft.
Alright, I have flight controls.
You have the aircraft.
So normally, since we're doing the Pro before departure, we would still climb until we got up to the 5,200, right? And then turn?
Yeah, why 5,200?
Because that's our normal turn for like a pattern altitude, so we know we can make it.
That's 400 feet. Oh, okay.
Okay, so now...
Now you're talking, you need to be talking to approach, or departure.
I do?
Yeah. They just tell them you're switching. Because when
I do?
When you're on an IFR departure, a lot of times they'll tell you to switch on the runway.
Oh.
Just tell tower you're switching.
Pro Tower 738 Juliet Delta switching frequency.
Hey, Juliet Delta, stand by.
Standing by, Juliet Delta.
Attention all aircraft, Provo A's is now uniform, wind 14011, altimeter 3011. Hey, Juliet Delta, runway, contact Salt Lake departure.
Salt Lake departure, hey, Juliet Delta.
Approach. 433, that's affirmative, maintain VFR, and you've heard the VOR DME approach in Provo. And uniform just went current for Provo.
VOR approach to Provo, and we'll get that weather thing. 433.
Skyhawk 738 Juliet Delta is 2 miles west of Provo.
Number 738 Juliet Delta, Salt Lake departure, and your radar contact a mile south of Provo, Salt Lake altimetry 011, climb and maintain 12000.
3011 altimeter, climb maintain 12000, A Juliet Delta.
Okay, Juliet Delta, thank you. And also, I missed it when on your departure, say altitude leaving.
We are leaving 6,400 right now, and we were wondering if we could go direct to Rica.
Number 8 Juliet Delta, not quite yet. Once I get you above the terrain, you can expect that though.
Hey Juliet Delta, thanks.
Wolf 33, contact Provo Tower 125.3, good day.
Contact Tower 125.3, thanks, Wolf 33.
Looks like the rotate and the VXVY is still the same on this.
Yeah. Just because it can go faster doesn't mean you should.
So we got the cylinder head temperature flashing, so I'm enriching it.
Okay. What I would do is I would fly faster.
Oh. So don't climb so fast?
Yeah.
Southwest 5061 flex approach, good morning. Expect runway 16 right, and I'll put runway 16 left on request for you. No problem, sir. And Salt Lake Romeo just turned, I didn't catch what you had. Thanks, sir.
You're probably going to get all the way to Caleb.
Southwest 5061, descend
Above the
via
terrain.
the Delta 5 arrival.
Yeah, I would accelerate out, fly at about 90 knots.
5061, descend via the Delta 5 arrival.
That surprised me because it was low on the ground. That's normally when it's bit me.
So they're all below now.
All right.
It's been a long time since I wore the goggles.
Yeah.
I noticed that when I was flying with friends, a few times I went in May,
Yeah.
it was so easy to fly without the goggles. I was like, whoa.
You don't realize how much your peripheral vision feeds your brain in terms of information and I would recommend when you do this on your check ride flying off the VOR,
Yeah.
because you've got the GPS right there. You've got the course guidance right there, but having both helps you. Or still say, why aren't you on course?
I just wanted to be off course.
738 Juliet Delta, I have the rest of your clearance when you're ready.
Now, he's going to give me some craft.
Yeah, well, he's going to give you the rest of your clearance.
738 Juliet Delta flight.
All right, ready to copy, 8 Juliet Delta.
738 Juliet Delta, you're cleared to Delta via direct Rica, then Victor 21 as filed. Climb and maintain 12,000, 12,000. 14,000 and proceed direct Rika.
Cleared to Delta via Rika and Victor 21, climb and maintain 12,000, 8 Juliet Delta. Okay, so that means we can go like this. We can say flight plan, Rika, direct. Yeah. And then we switch over to this. Yep.
And then you back yourself up with the VOR. You go ahead and, you got 116. That's when you put in 188 on the VOR.
188?
Or that's the outbound.
Oh, the course. Yeah. Okay, so that means I go over here. It was VOR 1, and then we go course.
Yep.
188.
Delta 1682, select approach, good morning, expect runway 16 right and descend via Delta 5 arrival.
And that should be lined up when we get to Rika.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
You can fly it however you want. You can leave that up. That's a cross check for you, but that's what that line is anyway. I forgot how cold this door gets over here.
You can turn heat on a little.
Yeah, I pulled it out there.
Can't believe we're doing that in June.
I'm sorry, is that Delta 2401 checking in?
It's pretty awesome.
Delta 2401, you can expect runway 16 right, descend and maintain 14,000.
Okay, so now I'm just thinking ahead. I want to get 116.1 in here. That's Delta.
Yep. Then you can also look at your map and kind of guess what the next frequency is going to be for IFR.
1339.
How's the cylinder head temperature? It's a little high, looks like.
They're below the lines.
Yeah. It's higher than the rest though.
So should we leave it rich like that?
I'd leave it rich until we get up and get speed, and then you lean it out.
Hey, that works just like the G1000. You push it and it goes to right where you're at.
Yeah.
Number 134 Bravo Foxtrot, solid approach. You can remain over east of I-15 southbound. Southwest 5061, reduce to 210.
Let's see, altimeter.
Solid approach, Wolf 33, 5 miles to the
Skywest 3854, select approach, expect 16 right, descend via the Delta 5 arrival. Southwest 5061, contact approach on 125.7, good day. Wolf 33, solid approach, identify altitude.
Hi, Denver at 7000, Wolf 33.
Wolf 33, radar contact 5 miles north of Provo, solid altimetry 011.
Seems like this is burning more fuel per hour than before.
Well, you've got pretty rich.
The practice on have approached Provo, Wolf 33.
Yeah, is that to be expected with the new engine?
Fly heading 290, maintain VFR.
Well, as soon as you get up on altitude
maintain VFR.
and you accelerate out, then you can lean it out.
Delta 2401, reduce speed to 210, then descend and maintain 13,000. Delta 2401, sorry, you were clipped on the altitude, maintain 13,000.
We're a little heavier weight, we're full on gas.
Delta 2882, select approach Roger, expect runway 16 right, descend and maintain 14,000.
Continue at traffic right, 2 o'clock low, just above the terrain.
Delta 2401, fly heading 090, and I'll have direct flip in about 10 miles.
You don't see them down there. On the ground there. Can't be, yeah, well maybe that is.
Delta 5705, select approach Roger, descend via the Delta 5 arrival, expect runway 16 right.
Okay, so I'm going to switch over.
Radios? No, navigate, yeah.
So I want to follow this, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cold up here today.
16 right, descend and maintain 15,000, 15,000. Copy that, sir. Delta 5705, affirmative, cross Draper, at or above 14,000. No problem, sir. Delta 2401, proceed direct clip by. Delta 2401, descend and maintain 12,000. Delta 5705, reduce speed to 230. Delta 2882, can you increase speed 20 knots for me? Thanks, sir.
Pretty stiff crosswind.
Delta 1384, select approach Roger, expect runway 16 right, and descend and maintain 14,000.
It's a little bit of tail but not much.
It's like pushing us that way.
Number 738 Juliet Delta, contact Salt Lake Center on 13.9er. Have a good flight.
1339, thanks. Julie Delta.
Wolf 33.
Salt Lake Center, Skyhawk 8 Juliet Delta is out of 11,500 going to 12,000.
Skyhawk 738 Juliet Delta, Salt Lake Center, Roger, Salt Lake altimeter 3010.
3010 Juliet Delta.
Alright, what are you doing with your course?
I'm getting back on it.
Now, because, you know what you can do is, because NAV2,
Yeah.
I would almost put one of these radios in NAV2 because it's showing you the NAV2 needle on it. There's probably a way to, I'm not saying switch it, but put it down here, like, you have 168. What I do.
Southern Air 97, contact Salt Lake Center 135.77.
357, pick up Delta. Now that needle's telling you something worthwhile.
Okay.
November 8, Juliet Delta. The only NOTAMs I'm showing for the Delta Airport, the runway 17 and runway 35 end identifier lights out of service, and the runway 17 apps are unusable. Let me know when you have the weather at Delta and the type of approach you'd like.
All right, thanks, 8 Juliet Delta. We'll grab that.
All right, so if I look at my plates.
Scattered at 10,000, 3013.
Salt Lake Delta 2153, leveling 310.
Do the RNAV to 17.
Delta 2153, Salt Lake Center, Roger, cross jam and intersection at
Here's what I want you to do. I want you to get in there, and when you get on the approach, then I want you to cancel IFR. Okay?
Okay.
Jam
And then we'll just come back to the IFR. That works for you.
17,280 knots, Delta 2153.
Delta 893, we're out of 290.
All right, so let's get the weather.
Visual approach in use, landing runway 13. VFR departure aircraft, advise ground control direction of flight. Primary radar unavailable. Radar services are available from
Why you get Provo's weather?
on transponder equipped aircraft only. Use caution.
Oh, yeah.
Activity vicinity of the airport. Advise.
All right, so airports, let's see. That thing. That's going to be my backup for, you know, PFD failure. All right, so let's see. Airports, Delta, frequencies. 12775.
Zulu, weather, wind, 320 at 7, wind, variable between 290 and 350, visibility 10, clear below 12,000, temperature 10 Celsius, dew point -1, altimeter 3014. Delta Municipal Airport. Automated weather observation. 1415 Zulu, weather, wind 320 at 8, wind, variable between 290 and 350, visibility 10, clear below 12,000, temperature 10 Celsius, dew point -1, altimeter 3014.
All right.
How's your altitude?
Okay, now that was an interesting wind METAR. It first said wind is 320 at 8, and then it says variable 290 to 350.
Roger.
Well, with those winds, you're going to want to do a 3-5 approach.
Yep. Delta.
Hold on a sec. landed you flat.
Either that or this.
Well, you've also got that.
Delta
Yes, you can use this
893,
as-
contact Salt Lake approach on 128.1. See ya.
28-1, Delta 893, we'll see you.
I would use this for your course guidance because this is not telling you anything. That's just a VFR deal. That gives you course guidance right there. It's got DM8 to Puget, whatever. And it gives you course guidance. And if I push this in, take a minute here and warm up. How's your altitude? Alright, so there you're good. Now I kill this.
Terrain system
Advisory. Attitude fail.
So I could use this still.
Yeah. So him pulling the AHARs, that's what I would want him to pull because you still have guidance over there. You just don't have attitude.
Salt Lake, Skyhawk 8 Juliet Delta. We have the information for weather in Delta, and we'd like to do the RNAV approach for runway 35 in Delta.
November 738, Juliet Delta, Roger. Did you want to go down and start that at U-tone, or did you want to shoot the transition off of Ruboy? What would you like to do?
Yeah, tell him we'll go down to U-tone.
We'll go down to U-tone, 8 Juliet Delta.
November 8, Juliet Delta, ready.
I don't want to deal with icing, but I was kind of hoping you'd go into the weather so I could say, now you've been into the weather.
Oh, I've been in the weather before with you.
November 8, Juliet Delta, clear direct U-tone, direct Delta, and you can expect the approach once I get you a little close.
All right, clear direct U-tone to Delta, 8 Juliet Delta. Expect that approach. Let's see. So I want to go direct U-tone. Whoops.
Actually, the way I would do it is back out, go to home, go to procedure.
Oh, we never did an approach. Let's see.
Go back. Go load and activate the approach. That's not the right approach.
That's KPVU. Procedure. We're at KDTA. KDTA. There.
I don't do vectors. Oh, you can do vectors. You can get them right. Go ahead.
Delta Delta 2153, contact Salt Lake approach 128.1.
28-1, Delta 2153.
So we're going to go to U-tone. We're going to do a procedure turn then, huh?
Yep.
So once we hit U-tone, according to the plate, that's where we do the procedure turn, but according to this, it looks like we go past it, huh?
Both those answers are correct.
So you can do either?
No, it's the same thing. You hit U-tone and then procedure turn, you're going to turn that way and then around.
Right.
Which is what that shows. That shows the same thing as this. We're going to hit U-tone and then do a procedure turn. That's a holding in lieu of. What I would do is I would just turn. So you're going outbound 166, so I would do a teardrop entry.
Yep.
So go to 136. And I would turn inbound as soon as you have your displacement.
Okay, so we have... Is this distance to U-tone right there?
Salt Lake, just be 575.
I think so.
15,000 climbing 230. Direct Charlie.
Yeah, it is.
Hotel Echo.
Looks like.
575, Salt Lake, surrender, climb and maintain flight level 310.
So we're at 12,000, and at U-tone we want to be at 73. So we're 9, 10, 11, 12. So we're just over 5,000, just under 5,000 feet we need to drop in 30 miles. So that is, let me think. Okay, so we're going, let's just say we're going about 90. We're just above 90, so a mile and a half a minute. We're going 30 miles, so that's 15 minutes. So we need to drop about 3,000 feet a minute. No? No. 300 feet a minute.
Yes.
To make it. Now, we don't leave this altitude until they tell us so on IFR?
Yep. So you can tell them they request pilot discretion descent, or actually request descent to 7,500 or to begin the approach, or it's an at or above 7,300. You could actually do your whole descent at U-tone.
From 12,000 down to 73?
Yeah. Why don't you lean out the engine a little bit?
Out there?
How's the engine feel?
Feels good.
Probably lean out a little bit more even.
I've always looked at these blue and tried to keep them around those red lines. Is that what I should be doing?
That works pretty well. You can do that, or you can just do it by listening. I mainly do it by listening. So if you hit it at U-tone and you go outbound 7 miles, inbound 7 miles.
That's 14 miles. And we'll be going a mile and a half a minute, so that's 7 minutes.
Yeah. I first do it in feet per nautical mile. That's easier for me. So I'm going down 14 miles and I have 5,000 feet to lose. So it's roughly, what is it, 500 feet per nautical mile. I mean, if it was 10 miles and If it's 10 miles and 5,000 feet, it's 5,000 feet per nautical mile, or 500 feet per nautical mile.
In my mind, it seems easier to do. Okay, so we need to go 7,000 feet down, right? Or 5,000 feet down.
Yeah.
It's in about 15 minutes, a little bit less. So, and the reason I say 15 minutes is because we're going about 1.5 miles a minute.
Yeah.
And it's 5,000, 5,000, right? Or sorry, you say it's 7 miles, right?
Yeah.
So 7 miles, that's 15 or 14 miles. That's going to take about
10 minutes.
10 minutes, and we need to drop about 5,000, so that's 500 feet a minute.
Yep.
Okay, so we should maintain 12,000 till U-tone and do that during the procedure turn, is what you're saying? Or wait until we're about 7 miles from U-tone?
No, you hit through, because you see the 7 miles on here?
No, where am I looking?
Right there.
Oh, right there, yeah.
You go outbound 7 miles, inbound 7 miles. That's it. You don't have to go that far out, but that's the extent of the procedure. So what you do is then, okay, I want to get down to about 9,500 by my outbound leg, and then I'm inbound 7,300.
Okay, and then I want to be 7363 at Taft-G.
Next time I'm bringing a jacket in the middle of June.
I thought about it this morning, and I thought, no, I shouldn't need a jacket.
575. Just want to verify that we checked in. We're flight level 244, climbing 310.
SB 575, Salt Lake Center, roger.
There's Delta, right, 1 o'clock low. Hey, if you don't mind, oh, you haven't flown a while either, so I was going to ask if I could steal the landing, but you haven't done one either.
I'll let you do the landing here at Provo. I don't mind. I'll still log it. Okay, so
are you comfortable with the partial panel? Like how you're going to handle it?
Yeah, so far right now I'm fine.
Cross Spain at and maintain flight level 190.
Cross Spain at maintain 190.
I mean, they start feeling too much, and you're flying no gyro vectors. You're flying, or all you're flying off is that.
I mean, that would give me gyro vectors.
Yeah, I mean, this is fine here.
And this would too.
You can fly that, but that's not, what it doesn't give you is course guidance or anything like that.
Right.
That gives you course guidance. Like if we fail the primary flight display, you still have this and you still have that.
Right.
And you can use both of those pretty effectively. I mean, this gives you how I am on course. This is showing that you're a little bit right of course, which that's showing also, which that's showing. So I can get all that out off.
Number 8, Juliet Delta, descend pilot's discretion, maintain 1000.
Maintain 1000. Hey, Juliet Delta.
Say pilot discretion.
Oh, altitude of pilot discretion also, hey, Juliet Delta.
135.77, just 575.
You can hold this altitude if you want to. See, he said pilot discretion, so you can stay high. I'm going to stay higher because I have more true airspeed.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Delta 1390, 14.6.
So my true airspeed right now is 120 knots. You see that on your screen over there?
Where? Right? Oh, yeah.
There.
Maintain flight level 310, Delta 1390.
Right here.
Yeah.
I keep not wanting to touch this, but I can touch this one.
Yeah.
Good morning, Salt Lake Frontier 575, level at 300. Thanks.
So you're going to hit it, you're going to hit the fix, and what are you going to do?
I'm going to start descending, and I'm going to...
Number 8, Juliet Delta, will this be a full stop or a missed approach?
What do we want to do?
It Tell them we're going to do a touch and go there.
We're going to do a touch and go there, 8 Juliet Delta.
And then we're going to go back to Provo.
I can't approve that. I can approve the misapproach or a full stop.
Tell them we'll do a full stop then.
We'll do a full stop then, 8 Juliet Delta.
Roger.
Not on an IFR flight plan, huh?
Yeah, well, he can't approve the landing. He can approve a termination of a flight plan is what he can do.
Which we're going to do.
Yeah. And then we'll just climb back up. You can tell them what you're going to do. You say, hey, that's actually a good idea. Say, with the full stop, we'll terminate our flight plan, but we're going to take off VFR and go back to Provo at 11.5, and we'll look for flight following. Did you get all that?
Yeah. Salt Lake Center, Sky K Juliet Delta. Hey, our plan is going to go into Delta. We'll cancel IFR and do a full stop. Then we're just going to take off VFR and go back to Provo with flight following.
8 Juliet Delta. Roger, we'll plan on the cancellation, and I'll have lower for you here in just a moment.
All right, thanks, 8 Juliet Delta.
Unless you were requesting the cancellation now, is that what you were saying?
No.
No, not yet, 8 Juliet Delta.
Frontier 575, cross Spain at and maintain flight level 190.
All right, cross Spain at flight level 190, Frontier 575.
Delta 1390, climb and maintain flight level 320.
Climb and maintain flight level 320, Delta 1390.
The issue with this, just so you know, this switch had been pushed down to release it.
Yeah.
I put it back in, I reseated it, and I pushed it up, and that seemed to do it.
Oh, okay.
I thought it should be up higher than that. I thought it went all the way up. But
Salt Lake, good morning, Delta 1483 is ready passing 15.7 for 230, normal speed.
Delta 1483, Salt Lake Center, good morning, climb and maintain flight level 310.
310, Delta 1483.
Okay, so when I get to U-tone, how do I know that I'm 7 miles?
Delta 1390, do you want an early turn towards Coaldale, or do you want to stay on the route?
it's probably going to say it on
We'll
here.
take an early turn, Delta 1390.
Delta 1390, turn right heading at 220, initial vectors around military airspace. I'll have Coaldale when you're a little bit further south.
Thanks,
You know,
heading
and I was
220,
saying,
Delta
Denise said,
1390.
you were doing your math feet per minute. I was doing it feet per nautical mile. I was saying about 300 feet per nautical mile to get you down, and which is about 500 feet per
175 Tango,
minute.
Salt Lake Center, good morning, Provo, altimeter 3011.
I didn't hear any of that.
56 Tango.
So, you can do it by descent. So on your outbound leg, you
738 Juliet Delta, 6.5 miles north of U-tone, cross U-tone at or above 10,000, cleared RNAV 35 approach to Delta.
Cleared RNAV approach to Delta, 8 Juliet Delta.
at or above 10,000.
At or above 10,000 over U-tone.
And you're gonna maintain 12 because I want you to do the whole.
Salt Lake Center, good morning, Delta 2295, climbing 16.2 for 230.
Delta 2295, Salt Lake Center, good morning,
There's a lot of approach, a lot of VOR approach. You don't have a DME.
Maintain flight level 310.
So you're going outbound by timing, or you're going outbound by distance, or you're going out, or not by distance, or you're going outbound by descent rate, which will translate into distance because you know you're going at a certain descent rate.
So 330.
Number 8 Juliet Delta, report to establish inbound final approach course.
We'll report establish inbound final approach, 8 Juliet Delta.
With that, you could just say 8 Juliet Delta.
Okay. Once the way we know we're established is we're at U-tone or on TAPT.
2872, 334310.
Yeah, 346
2872,
inbound.
Salt Lake Center, cross Jammin at and maintain 17,000, Salt Lake altimeter 3010.
3010, Delta.
So we basically want to go 3.5 minutes.
Delta
That's 7 miles about.
Contact Salt Lake approach 128.1.
That works. So you're going to hit it. What heading you to turn to?
Delta 1306, contact Salt Lake approach
166.
128.1.
181.
Is 166 going to work?
Yeah.
Is that going to give you an offset? Are you doing a procedure turn? So this is a holding in lieu of. So I would do a teardrop. I do a 30-degree teardrop. you're inbound, your current heading is what? 181. So I'd do a left turn to a 136.
Delta 1390, Sully.
Go for Delta 1390.
Delta 1390, clear direct to Polly.
And
Papa, Alpha, Whiskey, Lima, Yankee.
Parallel.
P-A-W-L-Y. Then direct Coaldale, rest route unchanged.
All right, direct Polly, then Coaldale, Delta 1390.
Thank you. That should be almost what the heading you're on right now.
Looks about right, Delta 1390.
Okay.
Okay, now I just want to go.
Start down. Yeah, and I keep my speed up just because that's me, because I hate going slow. I wouldn't even really pull my power so much unless I'm saving gas.
Now I'm going on this line, or am I actually?
You're not going on that line.
Okay.
There we go. Now you can see that the way that's depicted right there. You're going outbound, and then you're going to flip around. That's almost like a procedure track or a procedure turn.
Yeah.
You're not doing that. You're going to go out this way, go out for about a minute, and then you'll parallel the course, and then you'll come inbound.
Now I want to go out further though, because I want to lose altitude, right?
Well, you are going out.
Oh, and I'm going to parallel the course this way.
Yes.
Not, okay, gotcha.
So what's your descent rate?
Right now it's 800 feet a minute.
Okay. And
Delta 1390, contact Sully Center 135.77.
13577, Delta 1390.
So you don't want to go fast, huh?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't care. I'm just used to pulling them both at the same time to descend, I guess.
Yeah. Because if you're pushing your power, you have to monitor your descent rate.
So we're going 120.
And this is where I'm going to parallel the course.
Because we win a minute? Is that what?
Tier 575,
yeah, we got more than a
contact Salt Lake approach 128.1.
128.1 Frontier, 575.
Hey, you can kind of see it. See how far away you are. Keep your descent rate going. So you leveled off. You're going to make it hard on yourself here.
What do you expect? I haven't flown for 2 months.
I know.
Come on, man.
See, me, and this, again, I'm not telling you how to fly, but I'd be at about 125 knots right now, because I can be.
Which I am, right?
That's true airspeed.
Oh, you're talking about this?
Indicated, yeah. You know, I'm not going to waste gas, but I'm not going to, so I'll crack the power a little bit. I'm not going to waste it. And the other thing is, if my power's up, I have to worry a whole lot less about carb heat.
Delta 1483, clear direct Casino, rest route unchanged.
Direct Casino, unchanged, Delta 1483.
There's 7 miles right there. Now you can turn inbound. That's what it's showing right there. And you're only at 10,000 feet, so you're going to have to keep hustling down.
Delta 1483, contact Salt Lake Center 125.57.
Part of your math was based on an indicated airspeed, or look at your true. And your ground speed is going to be based off your true, which means you're going faster, so you're eating up that 7 miles a whole lot quicker.
I need to be at 73 at U-tone, huh?
It's an at or above, so you don't need to sweat it.
good day, Salt Lake. Delta 917 is 32.7 for 320.
Delta 917. Roger.
You and I haven't done a landing in about the same amount of time. Actually, you've flown more recently than me.
Yeah.
Delta 2295, contact Salt Lake Center 125.57.
12557, Delta 2295, good day.
Bye.
Delta 917 will cross Spain at 190.
Star 738 Juliet Delta, radar service is terminated. Clear to advisory frequency approved. Forward cancellation this frequency or through flight service as soon as possible.
All right, we want to cancel IFR now, and we'll switch to advisory frequency. Hey, Juliet Delta.
November 8 Juliet Delta, Sully.
What did he say?
He's calling back. Hey, Juliet Delta, copy cancellation.
Hey, Juliet Delta.
That was me.
Oh.
738 Juliet Delta, Salt Lake Center.
Hey, Juliet Delta.
He's calling. He's trying to get a hold of you. Okay, so now you're approaching U-tone. What is your altitude supposed to be?
Ah.
Delta 2872.
Salt Lake Center, hey, Juliet Delta.
How comfortable are you with the partial panel?
It's all right. I mean, I think I still need more practice, but it's been okay.
Salt Lake Delta 1949, passing 14.8, flight level 230.
Delta 1949, Salt Lake Center, climb and maintain flight level 310.
Climb flight level 310, Delta 1949.
If I have any critique for you, obviously when you practice a little bit over this next week, you'll be fine. But if I have any critique for you, it's just keeping your cross-check going so that you don't leave things out. You'll get fixated on something and you forget about your course.
Yeah.
You get fixated about something and you forget about your altitude.
Yeah.
You can do it VFR kind of. IFR you can't.
You know, this is a non-precision, so I'm going to just go down to 6,300 as soon as I cross this.
Yep. Now you're going to get a glide slope, but that doesn't mean that.
I want to start slowing down so I can get flaps eventually. But I want to go down to 63.
Delta, Salt Lake.
Copy, A, Juliet Delta. hear them, they just don't hear us.
Here's flash. I didn't. So you're going to Tate and 6300, which is your final approach fix.
Delta 917 departing 320 for 190.
Delta 917, thank you.
And that's about 4 miles or so.
Measure altitude.
Center goes 4010, 17.8, climbing flight level 230, 280 knots assigned.
Sky 4010, Salt Lake Center, climb and maintain flight level 310.
Climb and maintain flight level 310, Sky was 4010.
Center Sky was 4644, 16,400, climbing 230, 280 knots assigned.
4644, Salt Lake Center, good morning, climb and maintain flight level 310.
Climb maintain 310, Sky was 4644.
We should probably switch and announce.
Yeah.
Delta traffic, Sky K Julie Delta is about 5 miles, final for runway 35, Delta traffic. Yeah, just getting used to all the switching and stuff is what I need to get practiced again, you know?
After TAPT, what's your altitude?
63, oh, after TAPT, 5080.
Yep.
So 5100.
So what's your descent rate going to be?
It should be 3 degrees.
Are you going to go 3 degrees? Remember, it's a non-precision approach, so you want to get down sooner.
Just go down to 50, I don't know, 500 feet a minute, I would guess.
Well, 500 feet a minute is going to be about,
430-134,
about
12 miles north of the field.
So I'd probably go about 800
to land at Mandate.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
800 feet per minute. You want to be more than 3 degrees. You want to get down to the VDP before you get there, because remember, you're in the weather, you're trying to break out.
So 5100 basically is what I want to go for.
That is correct.
I just want to slow down for flaps. all of a sudden we got NexRad on our thing or something. Is that terrain?
Yeah. Did you richen that up?
Delta traffic, Sky K Juliet Delta is on a 3-mile final for runway 35. So 5100. I want to get down as soon as I can.
Delta traffic, Katana 208 November Hotel is inbound for runway 35, touch and goes. And 208 November Hotel is at 8,500.
Right.
We are also 10 miles north of the airfield, 8 November Hotel.
Delta traffic is on a 1-mile final for runway 35, touch and go. That's in Delta. You gonna do this landing or Provo?
I'll do this one.
All right, you have flight controls.
Because if I waited and watched you, I feel like I was wimping out. All right, I have the aircraft.
I feel like I was like this, just out of practice, you know?
Yeah.
So you'll have to call FSS and cancel our flight plan or something.
Well,
or
they canceled it for us. I mean, you didn't hear him, but he said cancellation IFR.
Oh, that's right.
And when we take off again, you say we're back up with you VFR, and
just one flight following.
Yeah. What's the approach speed on this thing? I forgot.
It's about 70, 65, 70.
Yeah, it's bouncy. Oh, come on, Derek. Oh.
Delta traffic, 208 November Hotel, 5 miles north of the airfield. We are maneuvering around to the east of the air, or to the west of the airfield to enter the 45 for the left downwind to runway 35. Delta traffic.
That was terrible. I had it, and then I thought, am I flaring? And the runway kind of came up with that burble. I pulsed it just a little too much. That's up.
All right.
Delta traffic 738 Juliet Delta is on the go. Runway 35, we're departing, heading towards Provo.
Go ahead and fly, and I'll put in the flight plan and stuff.
Okay. You put your goggle time on so you can count it.
Oh, yeah.
Not that you need it, but...
Yeah, I've already got an hour. I only needed 1 hour. All right.
How early can you get here on Monday?
What did we have scheduled? 6:30?
6:30. I have a 10 o'clock appointment. That
I can do it earlier if you want.
Here's what I'm thinking. We come earlier. I fly at least an approach or two with you.
Yeah.
And then you can fly it for the rest of the time. And then I leave.
208 November Hotel, we are 5 miles north of the departure end. We are maneuvering in for center left 45 for runway 35.
Say Angels. Katana, say altitude.
Katana 208 November Hotel, we are at 6,400 and descending down to pattern altitude.
Okay, we're at 5,700. We're about 3 miles northeast of the field.
8 November Hotel, we are across the departure end of runway 35. We are on the west side of the field. Should be null factor for you at 6,200.
Thanks. going direct Provo?
Yeah, that's what I put in.
Works for me.
I put in the ILS approach, so once we get over by West Mountain, we'll ask for vectors and stuff.
Okay. Do you want to do another partial panel, or you want to do it full panel? Let's do full panel, and then you can practice. We'll mix it up.
Okay.
When we get back.
Let's see. That's not so bad, partial panel, looking at that and these, you know.
No.
And these give you a lot of situational awareness. Still. What do you think he's going to,
What people have said is they pull the at-hour circuit breaker.
Is that what he'll do? And that's what you did?
Yeah.
And all that took away was that, really?
Yeah. Took away that, got rid of your wind data.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Okay, so I have flight controls?
I don't want to give them to you, but you have flight controls.
Delta traffic, Katana 8 November Hotel is entering left to downwind for runway 35, inbound for touch and goes.
What's our altitude now? I'd swap back to Salt Lake and just call them, say, so that.
Salt Lake, Skyhawk 8 Juliet Delta is about 5 miles northeast of Delta, requesting flight following back to Provo.
738 Juliet Delta, Salt Lake Center, ident.
Ident, 8 Juliet Delta.
8 Juliet Delta, are you canceling your IFR?
Affirm.
We are canceling IFR, 8 Juliet Delta.
8 Juliet Delta, roger. Radar contact and 10 miles north of Delta, 7,200, Provo altimeter 3013, maintain VFR.
Maintain VFR 3013 altimeter, 8 Juliet Delta.
I'll show your IFR cancellation.
Thanks, 8 Juliet Delta. Okay, that's Provo, ATIS.
I've never seen this river with so much water in it.
Lots of water this year.
It's a good thing.
Southwest 1204 is descending to 190 at a 3.
Southwest 1204, thank you. 8 Juliet Delta, continue on your present code for flight following unless you want to go on your own.
Into VFR again.
Alright, we'll go back to our code 4377, 8 Juliet Delta.
8 Juliet Delta, you did say you want flight following, right?
That is correct, 8 Juliet Delta.
Correct. Maintain code of 4377 for the flight following. IFR cancellation received.
8 Juliet Delta.
No weather to speak of. And I was going to check something else about inbound.
You know, I've never been so tempted to just go buy my own airplane when they took this plane away.
Yeah.
Would have been much easier.
Salt Lake Center, Columbia 13 Hotel Echo with you at 115.
13 Hotel Echo, Salt Lake Center, Provo altimeter 3013.
Provo at 3013, 13 Hotel Echo.
I was kind of in the same boat, you know, because I fly with you, but I also fly with a couple other people up in Bountiful, Ogden, in some Archers and an Arrow, and all those aircraft have been broken, and it's been very frustrating. You know, I've got one student for sure who's like, man, I just want to finish.
Yeah.
He was thinking he'd have his license by now, but.
No, well, even that club that I was going to join at the Arrow, it's down. Now it's warm, huh?
Getting there. With the sun on the face. Run. we don't have any weather in the forecast for a while.
Lake Citation 534 Charlie Charlie 320 for 300.
534 Charlie Charlie, Salt Lake Center, landing south.
4 Charlie Charlie.
Salt Lake Center, Sky 4567, 185, climbing 230. Sky 4567, Salt Lake Center, climb and maintain flight level 310. Climb and maintain level 310, says 4567.
Salt Lake Center, Falcon number 11 Tango Sierra, descend through 36.6 for file 300.
11 Tango Sierra, Salt Lake Center, good morning. Cross Spain at and maintain flight level 190 at 280 knots.
Spain at 19 and 280 for 11 Tango Sierra.
This aircraft doesn't have a compass card. You know, a compass deviation.
Yeah, the thing that's right underneath it normally.
Yeah.
Is that because it's all glass? It just, I mean, it builds it in?
I don't think so. I mean, you should still technically have it. What altitude are you going to climb to?
10.5. That should be the right for our direction for VFR.
Actually, it should be 11. We're going east.
Oh.
Southwest 1204, contact
So
Salt Lake
9.5 or
approach
10 or 11.5.
Okay, we'll go 9.5. 9.5 should clear us over the mountains fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got the next Salt Lake frequency in there. I got the ILS here. Got Provo weather.
November 534 Charlie Charlie cross Spain intersection at maintain flight level 190 at 280 knots.
Spain at 19 and 280 knots for Charlie Charlie.
Just getting used to constantly looking at all the things, because actually I didn't expect it to be that hard to get back into it, but it's actually a little harder than I was thinking, you know? It's been a while since I actually flew by just looking at these.
You'll be fine by Wednesday. You'll be more than fine. Because even the flying right now that you're doing, I've made minor corrections to you. But you haven't made like massive deviations. There are one or two on the approach. You drop below. You took your eye off the ball in terms of the altitude. And I would do, if he gives you time, I would talk him through the approaches. And before you go on your check ride and sit down with every single approach, I would almost print out the approaches for Provo, and write down where you're doing your checklist, and write down who you're talking to, where you're doing your checklist, and also descent rate. So expected, how many feet per nautical mile, meaning how many feet per minute on your VVI. Gorgeous how green it is.
Not normally green in June.
No, by now it's starting to brown out.
That was 4567, contact Salt Lake.
That sounds like a good plan on Monday, so we'll get in. And if I get down here by 6, I will, and we'll just take off and do pattern work.
4567.
And we'll just do a couple of approaches,
Center Scout 37.
and then I'll need to leave it about 8 o'clock or so,
Help, we're at level 320.
and then you can keep the aircraft for as long as you want.
Salt Lake Center, roger, landing south.
Okay.
Center Sky was
As long as
passing
you have it reserved for.
331 for 310. Zero 011 passing jamming at maintain 17,000 Sky 3465.
I'm just peeking at the mountains. Are we okay to just go straight over where we're going?
Yep.
Okay. Sometimes it goes right at, when you go straight there, it goes right at one of the peaks, and it's...
Yeah, no, you're good. And 9,500 on this side of the valley, 9,500 is fine. This isn't a ton faster than it was before, but it's faster.
Yeah, 20 horsepower makes a big difference. Not too much, but it's significant enough to, cut your, to go to Delta and back. I remember I was always logging what did I say? I think it was always 1.6 or 1.7.
Just to go there and back?
Yeah, now when I went on 717, it was more like 1.1, 1.2.
And that took longer because we did the departure, which wasn't a big deviation, but it's a little bit. And then you're going up and intercepting the course, and then we flew all the way south for the approach.
Doing the departure IFR was really good for me to do because I hadn't done it, and I've listened to and practiced a bunch, but I hadn't really done it in real life, so that was good. And I never really filed IFR officially either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's really no different. I just didn't know, like if we were en route, all the different radio calls were going to be different because of what I've learned, have them telling you your altitude and all the different things that you're supposed to know, like if you're supposed to report when they lose radar, all that stuff.
Yeah, and Monday, we'll call the tower and say, hey, can I just do a radar delay, or can I just do I want to file IFR, but I want to stay at Provo. I'm going to file IFR to Provo, then I'm just going to do patterns. What I don't like about, back when you used to have to file paper, there was a remarks section, and you put a bunch of remarks in, say, request multiple approaches, or request radar delay. That really is green. I need to get home and do some weed whacking.
128.1,
My puppy, he goes out the back and he pulls in trees. Or I've got a log pile, wood pile in the back, and he'll literally grab a log and drag it through the dog door, bring it up to his bed, and just chew on it. And crap all over the floor.
Cross Bay, maintain about 190-280 knots, sky west 3753.
Now the aircraft's back. Are you glad you waited for this aircraft with this layout?
Salt Lake Southwest 220310,
Yes.
310, intermittent, moderate chop.
But I was really close to just bagging it and switching and going somewhere else. Not because of you. You were the only one that kept me, honestly. If you weren't...
17,280 knots.
If you weren't my instructor, I probably would have bailed a long time ago.
Still 2107.
That's I'm not sure I feel about that.
Level 300.
Because I want you to finish. I want you to be comfortable. I'm glad that I made you comfortable enough that you'd stick around, but at the same time, I'd like you to get finished.
That was very frustrating. Because, when you train frequently 2 or 3 times a week, you retain things better, and you're prepared, and you start getting ready for that test, and then when it all just stops, it's just frustrating.
And a simulator doesn't quite do it.
No.
28-1, Fort Charlie Charlie, good day.
I mean, it does keep your mind thinking like that, but
yeah,
it's not the same. And flying 717 was fine, but really wasn't the same. The only thing that did was got me used to a Cessna with a 180. That's about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I flew the Piper Archer 180 my whole private, so I've flown 180 horsepower a lot.
November 8957 Juliet, Salt Lake Center, Roger, Salt Lake, altimeter 3011.
3011, President Juliet, thanks.
Are available from Salt Lake approach on transponder-equipped aircraft only. Use caution bird activity vicinity of the airport. Advise on initial contact to Victor. Further tower information, Victor 1456 observation. Wind 140 at 7, visibility 10, sky condition, ceiling 9,000 unbroken, temperature 12, dew point 02, altimeter 3013. Visual approach in use, landing runway 13. VFR departure aircraft, advise ground control direction of flight. Primary radar unavailable. Radar services are available from Salt Lake approach on transponder-equipped aircraft only. Use caution bird activity vicinity of the airport. Advise on initial contact to Victor.
So for our Wednesday flight, for a Wednesday longer, cross-country flight,
yeah.
Let's, I'd say do a flight plan to Wendover.
Okay.
Where we do a stop at Tooele. And
Today centers others 4642, flight level 340,
go through the valley.
300.
And then we go all the way out to Wendover.
4642,
do an approach at Wendover, and then do an approach at Tooele. And then do an approach, and then we'll do an approach back at Provo. We can do that,
Number 8,
or we
Juliet
can go...
Delta, contact Salt Lake approach 118.85.
Switching frequencies, 8 Juliet Delta. Salt Lake approach, Skyhawk 8 Juliet Delta is about 25 miles southwest of Provo with request.
738 Juliet Delta, Salt Lake approach, say your altitude and request.
We are at 9,500 and we just want to do a practice ILS approach as we come into Provo, 8 Juliet Delta.
So 8 Juliet Delta, Roger, Provo
ATIS Victor is current. You can resume O navigation. And did you want vectors when you get a little closer, or are you going to be able to join on your own?
Yeah, vectors would be great. We do have Victor, and we'll resume our own navigation. Expect vectors, A Julie Delta.
Let's pull the throttle back a little bit. Smoking along.
All right, Julie Delta, thanks. And did you want the ARC, or do you want vectors to just the localizer?
We'll just do vectors, A Julie Delta.
All right, Julie Delta, roger. Maintain VFR and flighting 360.
360, A Julie Delta. So we'll descend down to about 7, just for over the lake.
Salt Lake approach, Aztec 54810.
Aztec 54810, Salt Lake approach, Salt Lake altimeter 3013.
3013, we'd like to shoot the ILS runway 13 into Provo. We have Victor 810.
Aztec 54810, roger. And did you want to start at Fairfield and do the ARC, or just join at the localizer?
Can we get radar vectors to localizer 810?
All right, 810, roger. Maintain VFR and fly heading 330. Vectors to the localizer.
VFR 330, Aztec 54810.
One nice thing about the simulator that I wish this plane had is the autopilot. But it is good to learn all this without the autopilot, you know?
Yeah. And when you have an autopilot on your check ride, he'll be asked to use it.
Yeah.
One of the other instructors just asked if you were my student.
54810, flighting 310.
310, 810.
It's probably because we're not back at 9 and they're wondering if we're going to make it back for their 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I just texted saying that we're on the ILS right now. I guess not entirely. We're on Vector's ILS.
Frontier Flight 1902, Salt Lake departure radar contact, climb and maintain 14,000 and increase speed to 250.
How much gas are we going to have, you think?
We took off about 7:30.
1902, proceed direct to Cougar.
So if it was full, we got about 2 hours, maybe less because it's burning a little bit more than normal. Okay, so my plate, I got all my frequencies ready except for 125.3. got that at ground. 6,300 and then 4,800 is our DA, according to the NOTAM. Just below 48, actually. So 6,300 to wave it. We got the ILS frequency. Got all that set right. Now,
2504, showing departure radar contact.
on the ILS, we don't really need to set a course on here, right?
360.
On the localizer?
360-810.
I've never done that, only on VOR.
2504, climb and maintain 14,000 and proceed direct to hop 2.
We'll just confirm it.
Frontier Flight 1902, maintain 280 knots or greater. I'm not going to have higher for you, probably for about 20 to 30 miles due to conflicting inbound traffic.
What altitude are you sending to right now?
Just between 7 and 7.2 where we're at, so I just want to be above 7 when we're going over the lake.
Yeah. He's got you on this 360 vector, so he may say something about the terrain here.
Should I?
Should you what?
Tell him, or he knows that, right?
Flight 540, Salt Lake departure, radar
on this
contact,
vector,
climb and maintain
he's going to put you close to terrain. Now, it's your responsibility to provide terrain clearance, but he may just say confirm you get the terrain inside.
2504, maintain 280 knots.
So, sorry, I missed that. You saying I should confirm with him about terrain?
Flight Jet 540,
he may say something to you, confirming of the terrain
11
inside.
o'clock and 2 miles
because
southbound.
if we were IFR, he'd have us at a higher altitude right now.
Over 8 Juliet Delta, flighting 340.
340.
Answer him.
Heading 340 at Juliet Delta. That is pretty close to terrain for us, 8 Juliet Delta.
That's not his concern. That's yours. That's what I'm saying. And when you wait on answering him,
8 Juliet Delta, altitude is your discretion. If you need a different course than that, you can just resume on navigation and appropriate for altitude.
yeah. So I wouldn't tell him that because he knows where you are and you're responsible. I said he may say something.
8 Juliet Delta.
But when he gives you a heading,
53 Salt Lake approach, Roger. Salt Lake
anytime anyone gives you instruction, give it to him immediately back. Don't mess with your system because everyone else on the radio is waiting for you to respond. And he can't move on to the next guy until you give him an answer.
Okay.
And this radio is not bad, but you're on Salt Lake approach, you're going into LAX or Vegas, and all of a sudden it becomes a big deal.
Over 810, flighting 100, and join the 13 localizer.
100, and we'll join the localizer for 13, 54810.
And November 8 Juliet Delta, just so we're both on the same page, resume on navigation, appropriate view for altitudes. Once you're north of the VOR, I'll have some vectors for you to join the localizer.
All right, thanks, 8 Juliet Delta.
Flight 540, just give you a heads up, I'm going to have to keep you at 14,000 for another 15 miles at least due to conflicting inbound traffic. And that traffic is 11 o'clock at about 13 miles northwestbound, 15,000, Boeing 737.
Okay, so I already did all the W hold Zach. I know the climb out is up to 62.
Flight 1902, climb and maintain, flight level 230,
on a mist.
And resume normal speed.
And then we're going to do a right turn, come to FFU.
Flight 540, do not exceed 280 knots.
I think we're all set up.
Okay. You're on vector, so you've got your
November
localizer.
4 miles.
Got your inbound course.
From Wave It, clear.
Which I haven't really set.
But it looks like it's
VFR, clear ILS.
Yeah, I think it automatically does it.
810.
That's why I think it auto does it.
Like at 540,
DME is based on
is now 11 o'clock.
GPS.
And about 6 miles northwestbound, descending to 15,000. There's level at 15,000 now.
I wish I owned that piece of land right there. With the peninsula.
Yeah.
You own all that. You build that up, you build a little... Hey, that'd be a gorgeous place to put a golf course.
540, additional traffic, 10 to 11 o'clock and 9 miles northwestbound, Boeing 737, 17,800 descending to 15,000. Frontier Flight 1902, contact Salt Lake Center 133.9er.
That whole wedge there, you put a golf
November 810, contact Provo Tower.
Over to tower, Aztec 54810.
American 2504, climb and maintain, flight level 230.
You see how the green line jumped to the other side now?
Yep.
And that's because it's starting to pick up the radio.
Flight at 540.
Before it wasn't
and that's
getting
340
anything,
traffic
so
now, about 4 miles off your left-hand side, 17,200.
Or sometimes it'll pick up back course information, back course radio frequencies, and so it'll put it on the other side. Now for me, I would put nav2. I'd come down here and I'd go nav2, 116.
American 2504.
Arrow's not doing anything
Contact
for
Salt
you.
Lake Center 133.9er.
So I put it there, and now it's pointing at Provo. So it gives me situational awareness.
540 traffic, no factor, climb and maintain,
Provo,
flight level 230.
before it was doing nothing for me.
Gotcha.
November 8 Juliet Delta, are you okay for vector now?
Yep, we're good, 8 Juliet Delta.
November 8 Juliet Delta, roger, flighting 340.
Heading 340, 8 Juliet Delta.
Flagship 540, contact Salt Lake Center 133.9er. Air attack 53 and maintain VFR at or below 14,500.
So I need to be at 6,300 at Wave It.
The 340, when you take out the magnetic, we're about a 355 heading right now. True heading. Plowing along north.
Okay, Julie Delta, turn right heading 100, I'm joining the runway 13 localizer.
Heading 100, joining localizer, 8 Juliet Delta. 100.
Ray Julie Delta, 4 miles from Wave It, maintain VFR, cleared ILS runway 13 approach.
Cleared ILS for 13 approach, 8 Juliet Delta.
Field in sight.
What was that?
Field in sight, but you don't know that yet. You've got a glide slope. You configure before the glide slope or not?
I'm sorry, say that again.
You can configure before the glide slope or not?
Over A Juliet Delta, contact Provo Tower.
Contact Provo Tower, A Juliet Delta. Provo Tower, Skyhawk A Juliet Delta is 1.5 miles from Wave It, inbound on ILS for a full stop.
Keep the power up.
Sky 73 Juliet Delta, Provo Tower. Runway 13 cleared to land.